We're here today talking about the death of Ilia Henderson, who was 40 years old, who was working as a loving heart support person for a disabled individual, and was shot as she was working in a triple shooting that happened January 18th, 2021 in Mid-City. And I think seeing the type of work that Ms. Henderson was involved in kind of touches our hearts and showed us what she was all about. It was about giving, it was about caring, it was about being there for people. So today's message is truly Crimestoppers' hope that we are able to be there for Ms. Henderson when she needs us most to find justice in this homicide. So who's here with us today? I'm very excited that we're able to have Ms. Henderson's mom, Florida Lazard, and sister.
No, this is a daughter.
Oh, I'm sorry, daughter. Sorry, daughter. We have the employer, Loving Hearts Respite, Ms. Gian Durand, who will speak later. We have Superintendent Sean Ferguson with us, who will talk to us about NOPD's work. And of course, we have multiple detectives and others here with us. The superintendent will lead that discussion. And then ultimately, we will be announcing a new reward that has been made possible by the individuals here. And that will bump this reward up to $10,000. Do note that on these flyers, there is an expiration date of 2023. So without any further ado, I'm going to ask Superintendent Sean Ferguson to step up and tell us a little bit about this investigation. Chief?
Thank you, Dawn. Good morning, everyone. Let me first begin by expressing my condolences to you, Mom, sister, and co-worker on your loss. To you, your family, as well as all of the co-workers, a loving heart. I have with me today our commanding officer over the homicide division, Lieutenant Marilyn Bush, as well as the lead investigator in this case, Detective Tanisha Smith. I want to thank you, Darlene, for always, you and Crimestoppers, for always making it possible for us as a law enforcement agency to help bring closure to family lives, help us to support our city in ensuring its safety, and enhancing the reward for information leading to the arrest of the individual or individuals responsible for this homicide that occurred on January 18th in the 2000 block of Bienville. Ms. Gia Duran, thank you for your heartfelt donation. Loving Hearts is where Ms. Ilia Henderson worked at the time. And you, Ms. Duran, should be applauded for what you have done in making this significant financial donation to Crimestoppers. This is a very, very sad incident in which an innocent bystander was killed by helping someone else. And this is what we do in New Orleans. We help one another. And that is all she was doing, earning an honest living by helping someone. And she became victim to a senseless act of violence. We are hoping with the help of this increase in this reward will lead to individuals coming up with more information that will help lead this investigation to some sort of closure and hold these perpetrators responsible for their actions. As I've said before, and I will continue to say, the New Orleans Police Department cannot do this alone. We cannot. We will work this investigation to its very end, but we will need the assistance of our community to step forward. If you have seen something, we are asking you to please say something. And that is your part in ensuring the safety of this city, of our citizens, as well as our visitors. So I'm going to ask Detective Smith to come up and say a few words with regards to the investigation. And again, we must work together to hold these individuals accountable for their actions. Detective Smith.
Hi, good morning. As far as the investigation part goes, we know for sure that there were 2 suspects involved in this shooting. We are looking for them, and we need any information possible to help us locate them. Ms. Henderson was an innocent person standing by helping her client, taking care of him, And she didn't deserve this. That's what all of this is about. She did not deserve this. And it's my job to speak for her. She can't speak for herself, so I'm here to speak on her behalf. And I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that we bring the persons responsible for this to justice. Like we said, we have another video, a picture that we're going to be releasing later on today of a suspect vehicle that was involved in this incident. It's going to be a tan or gold color Chevrolet Tahoe or Suburban. We're unsure of the year of the vehicle, but we do have a good photograph of it, and we'll be releasing that shortly. And any information that anyone has regarding these suspects or this incident will be greatly appreciated by not only the family of the Miss Henderson, but also by myself and the New Orleans Police Department. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief and detectives. And I'd like to ask Ms. Henderson's mom, are you able to say a few words? Ms. Loretta Lazard.
It hurt me to have to stand up here because I lost my daughter to a senseless shooting, and now I'm left to raise her daughters. So anybody out there that knows something, please help me to help her daughters to find out who did this. I can't do it by myself. I need your help. Please help me. That was my best friend. She did everything for me. Now, at my age, I have to learn to do it. So please, somebody, I'm begging, help me to have closure. I miss my baby. She really was my best friend. Really. I am very, very sickly as I stand here. But now I have to take care of them. And I need everybody's help. I can't do it. Hey.
Ms. Loretta, I want you to know that you've got everybody here in this room. You've got Crimestoppers behind you 100%, NOPD, in the community. This is too many times. I've worked with this organization for 25 years, and I cannot tell you how many times I've seen mothers and daughters and families destroyed by senseless violence. So we've got to stop. You've got our commitment, and I hope we have the community's commitment to step forward with all information. It's not about this money, and I do want to thank the employer, Ms. Gian, and she's going to speak, but it's not about the money. It's about justice, and it's about peace. So, Ms. Gian Durand, would you like to speak?
Good morning, everyone. I sit here and I'm speechless, and I'm usually never speechless. As an employer, you never think you would get this call. You never think that someone will tell you that someone who you loved, who worked with you as my coworker for 7 years, was murdered caring for one of your clients. I've never thought in my life that I would be here. I'm born and raised in New Orleans. I've been here 41 years, and I'm tired. I'm tired. At this point, we're in a society that we can't even go to work without being afraid. We can't get in our car without being afraid. This has to stop. We have to stop. At what point is enough enough? Ilia was murdered at her job, caring for her client who she loved for 7 years in front of him. Her grandchild was there, 5 years old. At what point do we stop? My parents are still in New Orleans East. I work in New Orleans East. I find myself running to my car after work if I'm there till 5:30. When is enough? When does it stop? Please come forward. We have to stop this cycle. If we let this continue, then it's just going to perpetuate the violence. I'm begging you. I'm begging the citizens of New Orleans, please come forward with any information. Let it stop here. Let the tears stop here. Let the violence stop here. Let's come together as a community and say enough is enough. Let's take back our streets. We shouldn't have to live where we can't even go to work, where we can't go to the store, or we can't deliver groceries to our loved ones because we might not make it home. At what point do we say enough is enough? So I'm not standing here just as Ilia's employer. I'm standing here as a citizen of New Orleans and said, I'm tired of living in fear. I'm tired I can't go to work. I'm tired I can't go to the store. I'm tired afraid going to my father's house. I'm tired. And I hope you guys are tired too. Enough is enough. So we're begging, we're pleading. Let there be justice. So many people feel there's no justice anymore in New Orleans. And we get tired and we say, why turn ourselves in? Why talk about it? There's no justice. Let this be an example of justice. Thank you all, and I'm just begging anyone to please come forward. And let's get justice for Ilia. Thank you.
So I'd like to just open up to questions. And again, I know the detectives working behind me are working day and night on this case. Please know how important it is for your information to come forward. So is there any questions for anyone that's at the podium?
I have a question for Chief Ferguson. First, thanks, welcome. There's a crime camera very near to where this triple shooting happened. How did that help you? Is that how you got the picture of the car? And were you able to use that camera to determine where that car went or where it came from?
I will yield to my investigator. I will say this. We may not be able to answer all of your questions because, of course, some information is vital to our investigation, but we'll do our best to give you the information that we can. But I'll ask Detective Smith to answer those questions for you.
The camera which you're talking about, it was instrumental in giving us some information. However, the vehicle information that we was provided with was from another source.
Detective, can you give us any other details about the crime itself? Apparently, she was not the intended target, but were the intended targets.
We believe the other gentleman who was involved, Mr. Rubio Santiago Jr. was the intended target in this incident, and Ms. Henderson was just an innocent bystander. Anyone else?
Chief, can I ask you an off-topic question, if you don't mind, sir?
Let's make sure are we finished? Because I don't want to take away from the moment. What I would rather do is I'll ask the family to step aside. I do not want to hold the family up while they're grieving and I'm answering questions on something totally unrelated. So are we done with any questions related to the murder of Ms. Henderson?
I just have one. Is this the gentleman that you mentioned, Santiago Rubio, was he just happen to live on the block, or was he somehow connected to the household where the shooting occurred?
That is all a part of Detective Smith's investigation. Again, as I said before, some information we would not be able to give to you right now, but that is a part of our investigation, which is still an ongoing investigation. All right? Just give us a few minutes, and allow the family to step aside, and then I will return to answer any questions that you may have for me outside of this.
Thank you
Darlene, you want
very
to say
much.
anything else?
No, again, the reward, it's $10,000. It's information that leads to the arrest and indictment for a suspect or suspects. In this case, it will expire at 2023. But the information does have to come through Crimestoppers, and it has to lead to an arrest and an indictment. So thank you guys for coming. Thank you so much for the family for being here.
Darlene, could you give us Ms. Duran's full name, please?
G-I-A-N, John, and D-U-R-A-N-D.
And can we get, Ms. Ron, can we get y'all's correct spelling and how many kids she has?
She have 3 daughters.